Scouts are the best, at least in my opinion. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the next part of my in-depth review of the new Space Marine Codex. Now this is going to be a quick video about the troops and dedicated transports. Now, if you've known the Space Marine rules, not really anything changed in this edition's books since the, a month and a half ago where the index came out. Except drop pods got cheaper. They're now cheaper points, and yeah, that's basically it. And what else got cheaper? Land Speeder Storms got cheaper. So as I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. But yeah, so now let's go through the points costs. But so drop pods are 93 points, and Land Speeder Storms are 70. Razorbacks are still 65. Repulsors are the new vehicle, and they're 210 points. And Rhinos are 70 points. I'll be going over repulsors in the fast attack. Actually, you know what? I might as well go over the repulsors in this video too, because otherwise I won't have much to talk about. So, of course, tactical squads are the same points costs as they were before. And the big talk about this one is going to be a tactical squad versus, like, a tactical marine is base 13 points. Scout is base 11 points. And Intercessor Squads are base 20 points. And people have been really debating about what is the best troop choice. Now, here's my argument. It depends, obviously, which chapter you're taking, because different chapters give different rules and stuff. For me, I'm an Imperial Fist player. And because of that, I actually think the best troop choice in my army are going to be Scouts. I really do. Scouts with camo cloaks and sniper rifles. That's what I'm going to be taking. I'm going to try everything. I do have some Primaris Marines. I'll be painting them up in the next little while. Hopefully I get back into my painting cycle. And I do have, obviously, tons of tactical Marines. I'll be trying them out too. But what I really want to get together is a bunch of Scouts with sniper rifles. Because the biggest problem I'm seeing in 40K, now there's a bunch of problems, but I'm going to make a video about that. One of them is terrain. Terrain's kind of useless to horde armies. It's only good for elite armies. And Space Marines can fully take advantage of this, right? And obviously, if you look at, base armor save, intercessors and tacticals will all have 3-up saves. Scouts have a 4-up save. Scouts with camo cloaks have a 3-up save if they're, have a 2-up save when they're in cover, just as a tactical squad would or an intercessor squad would, right? So they're all in cover. What I really like about the Scouts, which I'll be going over in a moment, is sniper rifles. Because one of the big problems I'm having when I'm playing 40 game, I've played a few games of 40K now, 8th edition, you can't go near your opponent's HQ, right? They can hide so easily. You need something with sniper to kill your opponent's HQ, because what 8th edition has been really about is this conga line mentality of just surround your HQ and conga line your troops, because HQs, now that they can't join squads, all give abilities within models within 6 inches, within 12 inches, within D3 inches. Like, they all have this ability where units within so many inches get this ability. So what ends up happening is all the squads just conga line to the HQ, who's unshootable because you can't kill the HQ. Or even a character unless they're the closest model. And that's the thing. And I even run into this scenario where, according to rules as written, even if everyone else is engaged and you can't shoot at them, you still can't shoot the HQ providing they're not the closest. So out of the 3 choices, tactical, intercessor, and scout, I actually think the Scouts with sniper rifles are my favorite, because they can hide in cover. Very few things ignore cover. Now, obviously, Imperial Fists do. So with sniper rifles, it's still 36-inch range, heavy 1, strength 4, AP-D1. But if they roll a 6 to wound, it's a mortal wound plus the wound. Pretty nasty. And they ignore cover because they're Imperial Fists. Pretty nasty stuff indeed. I think Scouts and Scout Bikers, because there's the Scout Biker There's the Scout Biker stratagem that I went over in my previous video. Nasty. Scouts, I think, are going to be one of the best troop choices in this codex. I really do think so for their points cost. Now, they do get a bit expensive. When you give them camo cloaks and sniper rifles, it's about like 18 points a model. But then again, they survive. They would, and plus, the best thing is you can camp them out on the backfield, especially in an objective game. I play a lot of Maelstrom of War, and they camp on objectives, and it's really hard in the newest edition to get to your opponent. I do find that. So that's the reason. Now, Intercessors versus Tacticals, there's a lot of debate about it. Which one's better? Now, obviously, bang for your buck. People argue Intercessor Squads are better because they're less than double the points cost, but they're almost. They have better guns, slightly, and they have an extra attack and an extra wound. I haven't tried them yet. I honestly haven't tried them yet, and this is coming. This is just what I think about it. Based on my experience so far with 8th edition, I've watched a bunch of battle reports, I've played some games, I've watched some games. I actually think Tacticals are still the ones to go with, and here's why. I think it's better to have more troops on the table. These games, D is kind of the answer to multiple wound characters. And what I do find is that most people build their lists around D. You have to be able to deal with multi-wound models, like Imperial Knights. You have to deal with tanks. You have to deal with HQs. And these days, everyone has tons of wounds. So most lists are built with a lot of D. And that's the problem when you're facing hordes of bodies, is because Space Marines, if you take just twice as many Space Marines, tactical squads, sorry, you know, models, who cares about D, right? If a model will, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's the thing. I do find a lot of armies like Tau, Eldar, even Space Marines, Imperial Guard, have tons of D and will kill multiple wound models pretty easily. A las cannon will kill a 2-wound model instantly. Even Ludas, Ludas have AP -1, D2. So Ludas will kill Intercessor Squads like no one's business. Every time you fail a 4-up, I'm just using open cover, and right, armor -1, 4-up, model dies, 2 wounds, versus 4-up, 1 model dies, 1 wound. And that's why I'm gonna try it out. As I said, I haven't tried this out yet, but just in my mind, based on what I've seen, I actually think tactical squads are still gonna be where it's at. Tactical squads in Razorbacks are gonna be still pretty nasty, really, really nasty. Yeah, that's what I think. You know, and Intercessor Squads are, of course, you know, the big difference is they both move 6 inches, they will have one skill 3 up, will skill 3 up, strength 4, toughness 4, tacticals have 1 wound, Intercessors have 2 wounds. Tactical Squads have 1 attack each, but again, you have double the bodies, you get double the attack, like it equals the same number of attacks, or just slightly under double the models, right? Intercessor Squad, 2 attacks, 3 attacks on the Sergeant. Leadership 7 and 8 versus 7 and 8, and both 3-up saves. And I know some of the bolters, I do think that the Intercessor Squads have access to better weaponry, but that's, you know, yeah. They have the, I believe they each get a bolt rifle, a bolt pistol. So the bolt rifles are 30-inch range, rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP -1, versus the bolt gun, which is 24-inch rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP nothing. Right? So slightly better guns, but as I said, for points costs, I actually think Scouts are going to be my go-to unit. I'm going to try Intercessors, I'm going to try Tactics, I'll try combinations of them. But I think as far as, you know, something that can stay at the back of the field and just blow your opponent away, like targeting their HQ, that's pretty awesome, right? And you take 15 scouts with sniper rifles, 10 hit, yeah, 10 hit, that's approximately 2 6s a turn, causing 2 plus an extra wound. So 2 more wounds, that will really add up, and maybe your opponent fails a couple saves, you know, and they can target characters because they have sniper. And I think that's required in an army for Space Marines. I think it's required in almost every army. Unfortunately, most armies don't have access to it. Like, orcs don't have really any access to sniper. So it's really hard to kill HQs, you know? And that's it. That's my spiel about the troops. Now let's talk about the dedicated transports, because they're cool. And let's talk about them in this video too. Yeah. So of course you have, you know, the Land Speeder Storm, which it says it's gone down in points. You got your, I'm going through these things. Sorry. So drop pods, as I said, have gotten cheaper, which is nice. I'm trying to find the actual thing. Maybe it's back where I was. Chapter Ancient. Sorry, I'm just reading this up. I can't find it in the Codex. It's gotta be somewhere. Sorry. Soul Squad. Land Speeders. Untitled Crusader. Oh, there we go. So it's dedicated transport section. So there's rhinos. Of course, you know, rhinos are 10 wounds, strength 6, toughness 7, leadership 8, 3-up save. And yeah, they're going to be pretty survivable. You know, the next one, since they have, you know, 10 wounds now, they're gotten more, you know, expensive since the previous edition, but they have stayed the same between the index and they're still, you know, 70 points. Razorbacks are 65 points. I love Razorbacks. I love small squads in Razorbacks is where I would like to continue this, my game. And they can hold 6 models. They're 65 points. You know, they have, again, 10 wounds, strength 6, toughness 7, leadership 8. I really like just twin las cannons. 48-inch range, heavy 2, strength 9, AP -3, D6. Nasty. Drop pods gotten cheaper, which is good because drop pods are still really nasty. Remember, no more scattered eyes. You can just place a drop pod wherever you want, more than 9 inches away from your opponent. And yeah, that's pretty nasty. So ballistic skill 3-up, strength 6, toughness 6, 8 wounds, 0 attacks, leadership 8, 3-up save, and drop pod assault. Of course, you can just place them on the battlefield. They can hold up 10 models, and plus the new thing is this model can transport 10 infantry models. It cannot transport Jump, Terminator, Primaris, or Centurion models. So there you go. Another reason not to take Primaris Marines, but the fact that you can take 10 models, you can take 2 squads, you can take, you know, a bunch of infantry models. It's pretty cool. Land Speeder Storm, of course, gotten cheaper as well. 18-inch movement. 18-inch movement. Hello. That's crazy. 18-inch movement. Weapon skill 3-up, skill 3-up, strength 4, toughness 5, 7 wounds. So hard to kill. 2 attacks, leadership 7, 4-up save. And it's equipped with heavy bolter and a Cerebrus launcher, which is 18-inch range, heavy D6, strength 4, AP nothing, D1. It's open topped and can explode. Cool. And then next we got to tackle the next one. This is one of the cool new. This is the cool new vehicle, the Repulsor. It's kind of like the combination of, like, you know, Land Raider and Land Speeder. It's a Repulsor. Now, the Repulsor is, let's go grab the points cost, because it's new, 210 points. So it's expensive, but it's survivable. It's like a Land Raider, basically. 16 wounds. Weapon skill, 6-up. Of course, it depends on the number of wounds. If it's between 9 and 16 wounds, movement 10 inches, ballistic skill 3-up, attack 6. 5 to 8 wounds, movement 5 inches, ballistic skill 4-up, 8 attacks D6. 1 to 4 wounds, movement 3 inches, PS 5-up, attacks 1. And it comes equipped with a lot of stuff. A heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, a twin heavy bolter, an iron hull heavy stubber, an Icarus iron hail heavy stubber, 2 Crackstorm grenade launchers, 2 storm bolters, and an auto launcher. Wow. So a heavy onslaught Gatling cannon is 30-inch range, heavy 12, strength 5, AP -1, D1. Heavy bolter, basically. Awesome. A twin heavy bolter, which is a twin heavy bolter. An Iron Hail heavy stubber. Iron Hail heavy stubbers are heavy 36-inch range, heavy 3, strength 4, AP -1, D1. An Icarus Iron Hail heavy stubber. That's what I said. 2 Crackstorm grenade launchers. Crackstorm grenade launchers are 18-inch range, assault 1, strength 6, AP -1, D3. 2 storm bolters and 2 auto launchers. An auto launcher is not listed. Auto launchers. Not on it. Okay. Now here's some cool rules though. It has a hover tank. Distances and ranges are always measured to and from the model's hull, even though it has a base. Repulsive field, your opponent must subtract 2 from any charge rolls made for units that declare a charge against it. So it keeps it more survival. Power of the Machine Spirit. This model does not suffer the penalty to hit rolls for moving and firing heavy weapons. Auto launchers. Instead of shooting any weapons in the shooting phase, this model can use its auto launchers. Until your next shooting phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from all hit rolls for ranged weapons. Okay. And explodes. Cool. It can hold 10 models. Each Mach X Gravis model takes up the space of 2 other Marines, or 2 models. It cannot transport jump models. Cool. And that's it. So I think it's pretty powerful. Oh, sorry, I kicked the camera. But I think it's pretty powerful. So as I said, for troops choices, the same. Scouts, Intercessors, Tacticals. You have an argument for any of the 3. I still think the Scouts are going to be my bread and butter unit, especially the fact that I take Imperial Fists. And I think Tacticals are better. In my opinion, the strength, the amount of D in this game, I would go with Tacticals, but I'm going to try both and see where they go in future videos, of course, in my battle reports, because that's what I like to do, try different models and see how they go. So what do you think? Let's keep this discussion going. What do you think about everything I've discussed today? Please leave comments in the comment section down below, and like my videos, subscribe to my channel, share this video if you can. Let's keep these reviews coming, people. Let's get as many views and get this stuff going again. So stay tuned for more videos, and as always, this is a free content video, so a huge thank you to my Patreon subscribers. Link in the description below if you want to help support my campaign, which helps support my reviews. So stay tuned for more videos. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.